Hi, my name is Greg Lehman. Welcome to Moonbeams Episode 1. My guest is JD Isip.
Hello, I'm
Alrighty,
happy to be here.
happy to have you. We go back quite a ways, and it's an honor to have you on my first take at this. And also thank you to Ellen at Moontide Press. And here we go. So, first question, what is exciting you most about poetry at the moment, JD?
So, I think the most exciting thing is that poets are trying to do other things. And that means that a lot of collections that I see are including essays or creative nonfiction, or even little plays or something like that. And this isn't the first time that that's ever happened. But I love seeing poets kind of push themselves. Taylor Bias and Monica Prince and Charlie Jensen, who I think you met at the reading. He has this memoir that's all essays, but of course he's a poet, so and so I love that experimentation out there, and I hope more poets do it, and I hope more collections have multiple pieces in there like that
Excellent,
as well.
excellent. And drafting off of that, I'm wondering which poets have been the most impactful in getting you to become a poet?
So I could name off a million of them, but I think starting out was very traditional Walt Whitman and T.S. Eliot for very different reasons. Normal language and then being able to kind of experiment. But I think one of the most impactful collections was Spoon River Anthology by Edgar Lee Masters. That was just tell a story in poems, and I do that to this day. You probably hear my dog chewing over there. I'm sorry. But yeah, I love story poems, just like I love story country songs. So they kind of go hand in
Beautiful. And then if you could change something about how culture views poetry today, what would it be?
So there was a time when poetry used to be like movies or like television. It was for everyone. People would come home and somebody would read poems by the fireplace, and we're not talking like back in the 1800s. This was 1950s, 1960s. And so I think if we could get the general population to see poetry as it's for everyone, that would be huge. And so the flip side of that would be for poets to remember that poetry is for everyone and not to be so protective or precious about what good poetry is and bad poetry and those kinds of things. I love a good limerick, so that's what I would change.
Excellent. Frame that. Absolutely love it. So those are my first questions. Now we're going to do a little bit of word association.
I'm so nervous about this part.
Have you
Yeah,
crashed and burned, JD? Let's do it.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Okay, here we go. Nightmare.
Okay, poetry reading,
Dream.
Pulitzer,
Horse.
horse, glue,
Dinosaur.
oil. God, I'm being morbid.
Love.
Impossible.
Hug.
Ugh.
Yes.
Caveman.
It's fun to be on this side. I got to be on the. I'll flip it another episode maybe. But book,
Long.
publication.
Impossible.
All right, just two more. Future,
Bright.
hope.
Worthwhile.
Here you go. Oh, beautiful. Love it. Okay.
Ooh.
So you
Okay,
did.
I didn't
You
crash
did
and
it.
burn.
I knew we
Hopefully,
could.
I repeated myself twice, but that's okay. That's okay.
Outstanding, outstanding. So yeah, so just want to finish up by saying thank you so much again. And then I asked for you to read a particular line that meant a lot to you. So please.
Yeah. So this line is the line that I stole from James Davis May from his poem "Sentimental Hogwash," and it's a poem about um, it's a wonderful life. And he ends the poem with these two lines. The lie is that seeing the world without you will make enduring this world easier. And I love his work, but I really love that piece because it it talks about that kernel of like we were talking about hope. And sometimes it's really hard to find, and poetry is one of those places where we can offer it to people. So yeah, oh, and that's in my book. So thanks.
Yeah, yeah. What's the title of that book, JD?
Oh yeah, so this is from Moontide Press through Elected Prophets, available now. Thanks.
Outstanding. Well, thank you again so much, JD. This has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Thanks for doing this work. Appreciate it.
Outstanding. You bet. Take care, everybody.